Welcome to this broadcast sent out of Copenhagen by Fellowmind and Dun Bradstreet. We have been looking forward to this session because we all want digitalization to help people succeed and have a better life. However, it takes some prerequisites, and that's what we are hitting today, the need for quality in your master data.
Yes.
My name is Michael Schmidt, and I have been here many times, so I work across the Microsoft workload from Fellowmind and our 6 countries, a lot of time with business applications. But more importantly, we have invited you to the table, Thomas Drachmann from Bisnode.
Yes.
Or Dun Bradstreet, because Bisnode was captured by Dun Bradstreet.
Yeah, exactly.
The agenda is very simple. We will introduce the why. You need quality in your master data. Heard before, everybody knows it. How to. And the message from us today is you need a service that real time really cleans up your data on your accounts.
Yes.
Very simple speaking.
Yeah.
And so we'll hit that and how to, and we'll have a little demo.
Yeah.
And then on the 14th of September and also on the 21st of September, we'll go deeper on the solution and the services.
Yes.
Very shortly, Fellowmind, for you who do not know, and by the way, it's a very exciting group of people who are listening in across Northern Europe, different industries, different roles. Fellowmind, very shortly, we are over 2,000 employees, 6 countries, around 40 locations. We are local, but we also deal with the very majority of industries and all sizes of projects, leveraging Microsoft technology and partners within that ecosystem, connecting to backends and middleware.
Yeah.
But more importantly, as I said, you, Thomas,
yes,
you come from Dun Bradstreet, our strategic partner on master data.
Yes, exactly. Yes, and my name is Thomas Drachmann, and I have been working in Dun Bradstreet Bisnode for more than 8 years, but more than 30 years in sales. So I have tried a lot about having bad data in the systems and so on. And if we should look into who is Dun Bradstreet, for those of you who do not know, we are a data and analytics company. We have headquarters in Jacksonville. And we have 59 offices around the world. And in the Nordics, we are in Denmark, Norway, Sweden, and Finland.
Yes.
And the other numbers you can see on the screen here. But we are 10,000 employees, so we have a lot of data, and we are a lot of people managing the data.
And the reason you are in the market is because there are so many organizations. I had to look not twice, but several times on the first number we're looking at as we speak.
Yeah.
Almost 500 million accounts you are holding the master data for that and serving that as the right data.
Yes.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's a lot.
And another few numbers are also on the table here, Thomas. A lot of updates are going on every hour, every day, right?
Yes, exactly. And I would say we have the almost 500 million companies in our DNB data cloud, as you said. And we have been collecting these data for more than 180 years.
Yes.
Last year we were 180 years
old. The
old.
last 40, 50 years digital.
Yeah, digital. Yeah, it started with copying through the carbon paper and so on.
Yeah.
But yes, we have a lot of data. We had a cross-border. We can see the linkage, the family tree across borders. So if we have a company as our own, who is placed in the US, and then we have the Bisnode DNB in Denmark, then we can see the connection between these companies.
Yes, as probably And how do you keep track and avoid duplicates actually?
Yeah, we do that with our what's called identifier, a unique identifier, the DUNS number. Some of you maybe already know it, But the DUNS number is a unique identifier that Dun Bradstreet has developed, and it's for all more than 480 million companies we have in our database that has its own DUNS number.
Yes.
And that's the key to work with when you work with data in the way that you have to do in a master data project.
Yes.
You need to have a key where you can say this is unique.
Yeah.
This is not reused any places. This is a very unique identifier that you can use in your system.
Yes. And so Dun Bradstreet, here you are in our studio. It's awesome to have you here. You are the reason that we have DUNS numbers.
Yes.
And actually, you're also the reason that we can now truly talk about one of the main reasons, and I'll come back to that, talk about connected companies.
Yes.
Because for years, for decades, we have been working on getting employees connected, getting organizations connected to their citizens or to their partners, their customers, their vendors, their suppliers.
Yes, exactly.
And there are several, not bumps on the road, but there are several disciplines that are just non-negotiable. You need to deal with it.
Yeah.
And how are we doing on that? Well, if you look at what's most important, 2023, if you look at Gartner, top issue now is actually digital tech initiatives.
Yes.
Because you will be hit by digital Darwinism if you don't really get 360-degree around and build a roadmap to be able to be connected. We can deliver from Fellowmind all the software and functionality, the cloud infrastructure roadmap, etc.
Yeah.
But the reason we are partnering up with Dun Bradstreet, and by the way, are using your service as well in all our locations and countries, is the quality of master data on the accounts. You want to play, you need quality in your master data.
Exactly.
No matter what industry you're entering.
Yes.
So just one heads up before we hit the road. Data is key. Data is king, somebody says, or queen. The quality is very, very important.
Yeah.
It's also important, as you see on the table here, to assess how are we doing? How are we doing actually on the road to be connected?
Yeah.
And so how are we doing, for instance, on our customer engagement? How good are we supported on that?
Yeah.
Et cetera, et cetera. So one of the major metrics to be able to be connected, that is the master data quality.
Yeah. It is.
And just to hit the saw, you put something interesting on our preparations to the table. You said, and we've been talking about that, but this is a prerequisite to break down the silos.
Yeah.
That's what you said to me.
Yes, it is. And we forgot in the beginning, Michael, to say that if there are any questions, please write them in the chat. Then we will have answering them in the end.
We'll try to catch up, not the easiest questions, but a few questions, and then we'll also answer in written to you guys who are listening. So if we bear with us, if time almost runs out, we will be answering you. Don't hesitate to challenge and hit the letters.
But you were saying silos, yes. And silos is also one of the things that you can say the why of why should we have good data in our systems. And the why is answered with, if you do not have it, you will be updating too many different data silos, as you can see on the PowerPoint you have here. You can say you can have some marketing system, you can have a sales system, you can have a finance system, and all have their own data base where you have your company portfolio, your customers, or your leads, or what it is. And if you do not have any synchronized between these, then you will have data silos.
Yeah.
And then maybe you make an offer in your CRM system where you have updated the address on the company because you have been out visiting them, just so you know where it is. But you haven't updated in your finance system because there's no synchronizing between.
Yes.
So maybe you make an offer, you make an order confirmation, but when you then send the invoice, then it's maybe with the old address, and it's not professional to the customer.
Or you send out your field service to top professional, high-paid professional in the field to do something that has changed its location.
Yes, exactly.
And-
Yes.
Yeah.
So the why is we need to be professional against the companies. We know the digitalized world that we are looking into, that we have a lot of data. We collect more and more data in our systems, and we do it in different systems if we have the data silos.
Yeah.
So getting a control over the master data, you have the same data on all. You have one database of truth,
Yes.
where you have all the updated data.
Yeah.
And with that, you can say that, the bottom line of the why is the bottom line in your annual report. If you do not have control over your data, your annual report, the result, the bottom line will be lower.
Say that true. The bottom line of
the why is the bottom line of your annual report.
Thank you,
How
Thomas.
should it increase or decrease?
And Microsoft has been carrying out the largest digital investment ever seen on the globe for the last 20 years, and has made ready for organizations to utilize, leverage the data feed that comes from a lot of sources, but the master data on the accounts and what is related is a big chunk.
Yeah.
So we actually a few years ago looked at this picture, CRM and ERP, and we used thousands of hours sometimes to get it totally nice connected.
Yeah.
But the last 10 years, we are looking at a connected platform that serves the connected company. We are looking into the main functions that are connected on the same database. And as we not only ask you to, we want you to have a master data service running, so you know the quality of the master data is right, so you can leverage your customer work, your citizen work, your collaboration with suppliers, vendors, etc.
Yeah.
And this has given birth to an actual connected platform that is ready also to capture your backend and your middleware, professional software setups, and therefore, more than ever, not only talk around what functions do we need, but also take, I would say, 2 steps back and get assessed how are we doing in becoming a connected organization.
Yeah.
Hereunder, do we have the right quality in master data? So this, to give you an example that just goes a little, just to show something that also connects to this, is the entire digital workplace.
Yes.
So on the picture, you can see that we have the business applications in the middle, but it doesn't matter what it's called because it's a digital workplace. Microsoft has invested and comes up every month with the most awesome features that connects anything you do. For instance, you can work from your Teams, or you can work from any UI and be connected to your business applications.
Yeah.
Within business applications, we have a lot of major hubs, field service, sales and marketing, but the most important part is that data are not only crafted to work together, they are running on the same database and get the master data feed. That's why it's important. And hereby, it also really revitalizes the need for understanding your data flow.
Yeah.
And we now dig into part of the sales life with getting new data in the system.
Yeah.
And some are there already.
Yeah.
And some of them are new.
Yeah.
So if we take that situation and look at this table here.
Yeah. Then we can see that we have 2 different ways to work with data. We have the existing records that we have to work with. How can we update them? Is there any new information? And what we're talking about today is updating master data, the first point we have here, but we can also help with credit information or screening of know your customer and so on. But it's 2 steps in the master data project. And now I say master data project, it's a paradigm to change how to work.
Yes.
You have to have your users, your employees to work in another way. They have to change their habits. So so they can see that it's a new way of working. So we get continuously the best data and the updated data in the system.
It's not a one-timer. It's
not a
mindset change.
Yeah, it's a mindset change. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. And there's three important things in this when we say mindset change,
Yes.
because we always say when we talk to the customers that we have three very important things when we do a master data. Let's call it project, but it's a paradigm shift.
Yes.
Yes. It's a data. We can help with the data on companies and so on, and then there are all the data that come from marketing system or other web applications and so on.
Yeah.
But the master data on the companies, we can help with that.
Yeah.
The second thing is the IT systems, where it's important to have the right IT systems. It's important to have the synchronized. We saw a new model from the Microsoft with the common data platform,
exactly.
where you have all the data in the same system.
Yeah.
And the last part, and it's the most important part, is the governance.
Yes.
The people, the users, the employees that have to work in another way, and it's from the top to the floor in the company. It's important that you put the resources from the company's top into this paradigm shift.
Yes.
Because if you do not do that, then it won't come down to the floor, to say it that way, with the users who are working with the data. It's important that all are working the same way.
And sometimes we actually have a vision. On one of the pillars is that technology connects, people make meaning.
Yeah, yeah.
We have prepared a little appetizer to see what are we talking about. And actually, we're talking about quite simple stuff when it runs.
Yeah.
And we will also, in the end, tell you that getting this up and running, that's a simple story.
Yeah.
So at this point, we actually would like to show a little demo.
Yeah. So let's look into this one. Let's see if we can open it.
And while you're opening it, Thomas, note for those of you who knows Dynamics, but could be another platform that is not as good as Dynamics.
Yeah.
but we are in the Dynamics UI.
Yeah, exactly.
Where simply this plugin from Dun Bradstreet, the master data service, is running.
Yes.
And that's what we're going to look at, an example of it.
Exactly, yeah. And it's a very little sneak peek on this one. So if we can share the screen so everybody can see what I'm doing. We have to see, now we have problems, Michael.
Yes.
Because we have to look into this instead. Sorry.
So we need to step out of the PowerPoint, our producer says. So we have to leave the PowerPoint presentation.
Yes, I think we're out now. Yes,
now you
can see my screen. So we will go in here. And here you can see that we are in a sandbox, but it's Dynamic 365 CRM CE, what's called today.
Yes.
And we have made our own app in here, as you know, those of you who use Microsoft CRM today, where we have built our optimizer, as we call it here.
Yes.
The optimizer is a simple tool, but very important tool to say, how can we create new accounts in an easy way?
Yeah.
How can we ensure we are not making duplicates?
Yeah.
And then there's a monitoring, running update on all accounts.
And as we saw, 500 million accounts.
500 million accounts.
So you will get your updates.
You will get your updates. So instead of those of you who are using CRM today, know that if you do not have a connector like this, you start typing in the information, maybe copy paste from a website or from an email or something like that. But instead we go to the search before create.
Yes.
And if I search here for example, Bisnode, I hope I could spell to it. Maybe it's not. No, we start. Now search for Bisnode. Now I've been searching down into these more than 480 million companies in our database. We only show 50, as you can see up here.
Only 50.
Yeah, only 50 at a time.
Yeah.
And you can see some of them have an icon here.
Så kan jeg skrive det ud på livestorm? Er det...
Hello, sorry, there was some technical problems with a program here. I hope you all can hear me again. What we were looking into here was how to create an account. And I was talking about the countries and how we can narrow down on countries to see. We see 50 here, but when I go to the country field down here and narrow down, I can see how many there is in each country. So then I can search for example, Denmark, and then I can see how many there is in Denmark. But when I have to create the account, I can just click on the create button here, and then in the behind the scenes, we have been setting up the mapping, and in there we have decided which data do we want to pre-fill on this quick create account.
Yes.
So instead of typing in, we can see the information here that is already pre-filled.
Yes.
So I just have to say save, and then it's saving the account in my CRM system, and I have ensured that it was not there before, because I could see that it do not have a DUNS number in the system.
Yes.
So now I can see Bisnode, Dun Bradstreet, Sverige, AB,
Yes.
which I have created with all information, as you can see here. So an easy way to create accounts, get the right data, get the right...
So I was going to say the right data.
The right data, the updated data,
Yes.
and the same quantity of data in all accounts.
And Thomas, several countries are represented to listen in here, and we have had hundreds of customers who has been leveraging a local country service, for instance, Denmark, for instance, Sweden. But please note that that you are covering the globe.
We are covering the globe. Yeah, we have.
Which is a difference if you have a growth strategy outside your local territory.
Yeah. We can scale with you, as we used to say, because we are in all countries in the whole world, and have data in all country.
Nice.
Yes.
And we could also see something of a hierarchy, or we could also see how they are connected.
How they are connected, yes.
I like that.
I will try to look into another account here. It's not that good for my spelling today. My fingers is very big, I guess. Okay. Isn't it saying Bisnode?
You need to start over. Here you are. That's fine.
So, sorry. Then I would try to look into the Bisnode AB.
Yes. Which was the Swedish.
The Swedish one, yes. And then I can go to the DNB Hoovers, another product we have where we can see find new prospects and so on.
And this is totally plugged into Dynamics.
This is also totally plugged into to Dynamics. Yes, yes, it is. And we tried it just before this one, and it won't work today. What I would have shown you here is that we have the family tree of the company where we can see across borders, as we talked about earlier. So in this case, I could have seen that we have Bisnode AB, which is a parent company to Bisnode Denmark, AS. And then we can see that the global ultimate that we have is our Dun Bradstreet company in Jacksonville in Florida.
Yes.
So we can follow the hierarchy the whole way. Yeah. And as you said, the Hoovers is also connected into Microsoft. And that means that if you have the family tree and you have made and deal with the whole company, the whole family tree linkage, then you can just click all of them and send them to a CRM system.
It helps a lot in actual practical global account management. Not just account management, but global account management.
Yes.
Nice. Let's go back to the PowerPoint on your computer here.
Yeah.
So what we have seen is that you, to be a little harsh, you have no excuse not to get the real facts the master data in on your system, because you don't have to code anything, you don't have to craft anything, you have to install the service, right?
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
this leaves us up to talk about again the connected company.
Yes.
Because if you want to be connected, you're going to start with having an overview of the missing parts in order to be connected.
Yeah.
And most organizations still does not run a service where they get the not the washing, but the fresh, newest master data on their accounts, right?
Yes.
So what does it take to be to have this service running? Well, as you said, it takes download of an app.
Download of an app from Microsoft App Source.
Yes.
It is an app. That means it's not a big IT project. You do not need to have a lot of IT resources internally or externally. Downloading the app and setting it up, it's less than a day.
Where you need the CRM administrator or or
you
professional from us or you.
Exactly. Yes. So. And the CRM administrator have to put a little bit up about which fields do you want to have on your account form and so on.
Yes.
So, but it's simple setup. It's not a big IT project. Then we always start with making a data cleanse of all accounts, because as we said earlier, we have the key, the DUNS number, which is the unique identifier in the system, and the where we do the duplicate check. It's a duplicate check. That's on the number, DUNS number, and then we the running update is also from the DUNS number.
Yes.
So we make a data cleanse where we get all the customer's data into us, match it against our database, and then come back with the data which is matched. Then we can tell you how many duplicates do we have and so on.
And this is highly recommended.
It is highly recommended
to do as part of it.
You
need to do it.
Yeah. Yes.
And then we of course test and go.
Yeah. Then you have to test.
The latest one we did together was a manufacturer out of Denmark, headquarters in West Denmark, Treso AS.
Yes.
A manufacturer within coding and put up machinery lines within different industries in order to put graphics on different materials. Quite complex. I even have trouble to explain what they're doing. They are top professional and global, taking market share. They wanted this because they're on a growth journey. They need the facts right. By the way, also the locations of where they do the service out in the field.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, let's come back to the connected company. Wrapping up, we see this as a discipline, getting hold on your master data and get a service running as a prerequisite. Get an assessment of how connected ready are you here under the data. We also suggest we have an accelerator for that at Fellowmind. We'll hit that also on the coming broadcasts. And get an overview of where we're doing good in the disciplines. Not so much the sales excellence, but the readiness of being quite good connected internally, but also in the market.
Yeah.
And hereby we have a minute left. Do we have a question or two?
No, I think the only comments we have in the chat here is that there has been technical problems.
Yes.
but we are on again, and we are happy about that. But if you have any questions, please reach out to Michael or to me or any of our colleagues. Then, of course, we can help you.
And just to come back to the why, but also the how, in order to have this up and running, you need, on top of your master data, a platform. We totally suggest that you look the Microsoft way and also add other nice stuff in the market so that you get connected with your customers, your product out that you have delivered and services, and so that your people are collaborating in the organization and with your suppliers, partners, vendors, stakeholders, etc.
Exactly.
And this digital feedback loop, the quality of that needs the master data service. That's our ask and our serious message at this broadcast out of 3. Thank you for listening. Sorry for the technical, sometimes 1 out of, I guess, 50, something happens. We look forward to have some of you aboard or more on the 14th and on the 21st of September, where we will go deeper, both on the services that you need for master data, and also give examples. Go deep on the optimizer.
Deep on the optimizer, a demo of the optimizer, which you had a sneak peek on today.
Have a nice day, and thank you for your minute of overtime.
Bye.